Hey everybody, I'm Jack Burg, I'm the Desperate Chef. Welcome back to my kitchen. We are taking your questions from all across the country this week, and we're going to be showing you how to cook some delicious food here in the Desperate Chef kitchen. Allison in Queens writes in, I'm desperate for a new salad dressing recipe. Please no sugar. Allison, I have just the thing for you. I'm not a big fan of sweet salad dressing either. What I want you to do is take a quarter cup of olive oil, a quarter cup of lemon juice, 2 crushed cloves of garlic, a teaspoon of salt. Whisk that up and put that on any salad. I guarantee you'll love it. It's delicious. Next up, we have Dana in Salt Lake City. She asks, braising sounds fancy. Is it easier than it sounds? Braising is just baking a protein in liquid. So if you're cooking something in a crock pot, you're basically braising it. Pot roast is an excellent example of braising. You take, your roast, you put it in a pot, add some stock, vegetables, cover it, put it in an oven at a low temperature for a long period of time. The meat's really tender. You sort of set it and forget it when you braise an item. It's not fancy at all. It's actually a really, really simple way to cook meat. And our featured question for this week's episode comes from GJ from Centerville, Virginia. She writes in and asks, what's a quick and easy recipe for quinoa? Can a quinoa recipe be prepared in the same way a brown rice recipe can be prepared in 30 minutes? Quinoa cooks a lot quicker than brown rice. It'll take about 13 to 14 minutes to cook. You don't have to sprout it. You can soak it before you cook it, which is always a really good idea. But if you don't have time to do that, don't worry about it, not a big deal. And I'm going to show you how to make a really delicious quinoa recipe here today in the Desperate Chef kitchen. But first things first, the key to a fresh dish is fresh ingredients. So I've headed down to my local seafood shop to pick up some nice local fresh shrimp. All right, we're back in the Desperate Chef kitchen. We've got some fantastic ingredients to make a really great curried quinoa pilaf for GJ in Virginia. And let me tell you about our ingredients here. We have our 2 cups of dry quinoa that is soaking right here. Some fresh squeezed lemon juice, chicken stock, fresh locally harvested shrimp, delicious. We have these slivered almonds, sliced carrots, chopped onion, currants over here, a really nice healthy bunch of kale that's been rinsed and chopped. And then we have sort of the key to this dish, which are the exotic spices here. We have mild curry powder, we have turmeric, we have cardamom, and we have salt. This is going to be delicious. I think you're going to love it. All right, so our chicken stock is just starting to bubble up here, and we're going to go ahead and gently add this 2 cups of quinoa. The recipe calls for 4 to 5 cups of cooked quinoa, and that should give us just about that amount. You don't want it to boil too vigorously. I'm going to let it come up, and then I'm going to reduce the heat, and I'm going to cover it, but I'm going to leave just a little bit of room for the steam to get out. I'm going to check it at 14 minutes. It's probably going to take 15 to 16 minutes. This is a whole medium-sized white onion. You can use yellow. Doesn't matter. But what does matter is that your pan's nice and hot. And on top of that, I'm going to add these carrots, these sliced carrots. That's about 3 to 4 carrots right there. This is a cup of almonds here. We're going to add right to the middle. Go ahead and add our curry powder. What I like to do is find a spot in the pan and let the oil collect. Basically what I'm trying to avoid is putting spices in a dry pan. You're going to see it's going to give this dish a really nice bright orange color. It'll match the pan actually. So I'm going to go ahead and add that kale right here. And this seems like a lot, but it'll cook down. You hear that water from the kale, that's what we want. And I tell you what I might do, I might add just a touch of this chicken stock that we had out for display. Just a little bit to sort of make sure we have enough liquid in there, things aren't burning on the bottom of the pan. Definitely don't want that. This is a half a cup of currants right here, just right in. So the currants are soft and sweet, you know, they're like a raisin, and they go well with the crunchy crunchy almonds. So my timer just went off for the quinoa. I think I had it set for 14 minutes. It needs just about 2 more minutes. You want to have all that liquid evaporated, but it's looking great. It's not going to be mushy. It's going to be just the way we want it. Okay, GJ, here is a curried quinoa pilaf with some delicious local shrimp on top. I hope you enjoy it. Make it at home, it's not that hard. I liked making it for you. Tune in next time when we surprise another guest at their home.